I almost ended up in the cemetery. I almost died because of heat stroke. And today in this video, I want to share 4 very important tips that could literally save your life. It took a near-death experience for me to understand how to run in the summertime. It's my mission to put the fun back in the run. And in this video, I want to share with you some critical things, 4 important tips that will help you during the summer months when the heat rises. Tip number 1 is you need to throw the pace out the window. When it gets really hot out there, you need to slow down. The good news is that running in the heat does get easier, and there are many benefits. Research shows that repeated exposure to exercising in the heat increases your VO2 max as well as your lactate threshold, as well as cardiovascular parameters. Now, it's my personal opinion, when it starts getting up in the high 70s and the 80s and even into the 90s, you need to slow it down about at least a minute per mile. Number 2, choose the right time of day to go running. Going outside in the afternoon is a recipe for disaster. Do you hear that ambulance? That might end up to be you if you run in the middle of the afternoon. Now, where I live, by the time it's 8 o'clock in the morning, it's already about 80 degrees and 100% humidity. So this means that sometimes I've got to wake up early in the morning. God forbid. But the truth is that in the morning time, that's when the temperature is the coolest, because overnight all the asphalt and the buildings and everything has had a chance to cool off. Now, though the temperature is coolest in the morning time, the humidity is usually the highest, but cool temperatures, high humidity, I'll take that any day. Now, you may choose to run in the evening time because you're not a morning person. Well, 2 things that I disagree about that is, number 1, by the time you get finished with work and you get home and you eat dinner, then you're exhausted and you're tired, and it's very easy to skip that run. It's very tempting not to go out running. Along with figuring out when the best time to run during the day is finding the best route to run during the day, because I recommend finding an old neighborhood perhaps with big oak trees, if that's the case. Finding a neighborhood where there's just a lot of shade. The 3rd tip I want to share with you is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. There's an article that I was reading, and it says that when we run, we generate 20 times more heat than when we're at rest, and our bodies cool down by sweating. However, sweating often leads to a loss of water, electrolytes, including sodium and potassium. In fact, losing more than 1 to 2% of your body weight through fluid can lead to dehydration. When we are dehydrated, we may be tired, get headaches, cramps, and have an increase in heart rate, and our performance can suffer. Maintaining hydration as a runner is so key. And I'm talking more than just drinking water, but perhaps on a really hot day, you need to make sure you're having plenty of salt, maybe some Gatorade. You need to replenish your electrolytes as well. And the final tip that I want to share with you is choosing the proper running gear. Number 4, ditch that cotton shirt. Buy some clothes that are moisture wicking clothes, a shirt, maybe a hat that can keep the sun out of your eyes. Less is best. And for you guys out there, when it's hot and humid and you begin to sweat, make sure you put some Band-Aids on, if you know what I'm talking about. The question for this week is, what's the 1 thing you're going to incorporate, or maybe the 2 things you're going to implement during this summer to minimize the risk of heat stroke? Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope these 4 tips will help you as the summer months approach and as the heat begins to rise. And if you enjoy this content, if it helped you at all, I want to encourage you to leave a comment below. If you have any questions or any type of content you want me to cover, please put it in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, so you know when the next video comes out. And don't forget, this is Kevin, helping you keep the fun in the run.